Yes, finally, Gamjatang. So Gamjatang is a very popular stew. I'm actually surprised by how many times that you guys have requested this in our Google Doc sheet. So finally here it is. We simplified it quite a lot. And for those who don't know, Gamjatang is spicy pork bone stew. So you're gonna get melt off the bone pork pieces. Oh, so good. Crumbly potatoes. Oh, so good. And well, you'll see. Let's just start, guys. Come on. So we're working with pork spine, and if you look at the meat, there's a lot of tender meat that's in between. To get this cut, you're gonna have to go to a local butcher. When you boil this, you're gonna get it like a very deep, milky broth. So this is about 1.5 kilograms. And the first step to get a nice clean broth is to let this sit in water. So I'm gonna get my largest pot and fill this up with cold water. And then just put the pieces in here. And we're gonna let it sit in this water for 2 hours. But after 1 hour, we wanna switch out the water. There's gonna be a lot of blood, gunk, and all of the kind of bone fragments coming up. This recipe is gonna take some time, so this is more of like a weekend dinner deal. In the meanwhile, let's prep some vegetables. So we're gonna give the pork bones a hard boil, and I wanna put in 2 things. We want half an onion, and I'm using 1 forearm piece of spring onion. If you have leeks, which are much thicker like that, use that. And traditionally for this soup in Korea, we use a very chewy vegetable called mucheong. That's basically the sprouted greens that grow on top of Korean radish. We chop those off, and they're very chewy, and they work very well in this stew because they don't break down easily. But I know that's gonna be very hard to find outside of Korea. So today I wanted to experiment with bok choy. I think the leaves should be resistant enough. Or you can use napu cabbage, but that's pretty big. So let's work with this. I'm using six bundles. Chop off the tips of these guys. And look, guys, a rose for you. All right, guys, then I have 4 potatoes. These are medium sized. They fit into my palm. Keep peeling. All right, very good. All right, guys, then I have a full stalk of a spring onion. It's about the size of my arm. Give it rough chops. And the potatoes, I'm gonna just cut them in half. We'll make them cook faster. All right, guys, and finally for garnish, we're gonna add in some perilla leaves. All right, I have around 10 leaves here. Just rip off the stems. Guys, then we're gonna roll it up and then just make cuts like that. And in this stew, we're also gonna use the seeds of these perilla leaves. I'll show you later. 1 tablespoon of gochujang, Korean red chili pepper paste, then 1 tablespoon of Korean doenjang. This is fermented soybean paste. All right, and then 3 tablespoons of gochugaru. That's 1. And the 3rd tablespoon. Then 1 tablespoon of minced garlic in. And then 1/3 cup of soup soy sauce in. Guys, I wrote up a quick article on the difference between soup soy sauce and regular soy sauce. Go check that out on our website. And then finally, we're gonna use some fish sauce. 3 tablespoons. That's 1. And finally, the 3rd tablespoon. All right, and then just give this a good mix. We're not gonna add this in now, but at the end is 들깨가루. This is basically ground up perilla seeds. And this is a key variable. This is what makes it taste like gamjatang. And you can find this at Korean markets. Next thing, fill a pot with water. Let's get it to boil. And I want you to quickly blanch these bok choy for about a minute. All right, that's good. And we'll drain this out. And then I rinse it under cold water. Then just squeeze the water out of them. Put this into a mixing bowl. And then we're gonna put a few spoonfuls of our sauce. Give them a mix. We're basically pre-marinating these leaves so that once it hits the broth, it's already fully flavored. So that's been around 1 hour. So let's switch out the aquarium water here. All right. All right, guys, then we're gonna give it 1 more hour and all the other stuff is done. So we have some free time. And last year, guys, we talked about putting up this online convenience store and we're knee deep in it. So I've been busy behind the scenes, thinking about packaging, making contracts for sourcing, putting up the online store, doing all sorts of things. And I think we're gonna be ready to launch that by June. What would you like to see in it? Are there any specific items from Korea that you can't find in your home country that you would like for us to deliver to you? Leave a comment below and then also write what country you're from. And numero dos, Guys, we get so many emails from our fans who are like, yeah, we're in Seoul. Please let us know where to go eat. What are must-try food experiences? So now I'm making this kick-ass food tour guide of Korea. And I'm going to pack in all of our favorite restaurants over the last decades. Katie and I have been trying just a ridiculous amount of restaurants. So keep an eye out on that. And that should be up on Future Dish, I think, within a month. All right, now let's get back to the Gamjatang. All right, so that's been about 2 hours. I'm going to just drain this out. And then we're going to bring this up to a boil. And once it's about to come up to a boil like this, I'm going to turn off the heat and we will empty out all this gunk. I'm going to rinse out my pot really quickly. Then I'm going to just quickly wash off any excess debris and then just put it into the pot. And you see there's a lot of debris that comes out. Good. And then we're going to add in a total of 12 cups. That was 6 cups and this is 6 cups. It should be enough to cover. Gosh dang it. Guys, then we're going to put in the onion. Put in our spring onion here. If you have a few slices of ginger, that'd be nice as well. You can put that in. All right, since this is a lot of water, we're going to put it on maximum heat. And once it comes up to boil, we're going to let it continue to boil for 10 minutes. All right, after 10 minutes of hard boiling, we're going to reduce this to a medium heat. And we'll put a lid on it. And then we're going to let it cook for 50 minutes. Lift this up and wow, take a look at that color. You see how it's like almost milky color? Very nice. I'm gonna take out the spring onion as well as the onion. Then let's add in our potatoes. Ooh. All right guys, then I'm gonna add in our vegetables with the sauce. And then we got the remainder of our sauce. We'll put that inside. Lid back on. And then we're gonna let it cook for 15 more minutes. So now it's been about 15 minutes and I could smell that Gamjatang. Ooh, let's take a look real quick. Oh yeah, oh yeah. At this point we can skim off the top here, leftover oils. Guys, and then I want you to take a sip of the soup. That's amazing. I want a slight pinch of salt, half a teaspoon of salt, spring onions in, as well as our perilla leaves. And finally guys, here's this perilla powder, tulkekaru. We're gonna do 4 tablespoons. 1, the 4th. And let's just give it 2 more minutes to boil and all the flavors to come together. And guys, take a look at all that meat. Guys, you can just pull that apart so easily. Oh my goodness. All right, and guys, check out this bowl. Katie signed me up for a ceramics class and you can see its beautiful mistakes. And yeah, we'll see how it looks. Get one of the large bones first. All right. A little bit more perilla leaves on the side. Gamjatang here for you. Ooh, I'm so hungry. Big bowl of rice here. Let me show you the joy of eating this. Guys, get a little bit of that meat. Oh my goodness. Then my favorite part, put that in half. Mix it in with your rice like this. And then just dig in. Oh my God. This is too good, guys. This is amazing. Don't be afraid to get in there with your hands, you know, and you just gotta... Guys, all in all, this does take several hours to make. So if it's your first time to Korean, probably making this is gonna be quite challenging. Instead, if you see this on a Korean menu at a restaurant, go ahead and order it. You're gonna